Get ready for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right, it's time for the VooDoo Chef podcast, where we will discuss all things voodoo from the VooDoo Studios located right here in beautiful Tampa, Florida. So to all my booties out there, if you're looking for nothing but a good time, this is the place to be. Call your friends, knock on the neighbor's door, and let them know it's time to party like a rock star for the next hour. Join me and my guests and learn to VooDoo like we do as we discuss our faves and the voodoo that we use. I'll put our guests on the spot as we ask for their top 3, and make sure and listen as we discuss some of our favorite war stories from the kitchens we've worked in. Sit back, grab a tall glass of your favorite libation, and enjoy this episode of the VooDoo Chef podcast.
Big Eddie C, we are back. What's going on, buddy?
Oh, not much, man. I like it that way.
Man, what a crazy, crazy week. I don't know about you, but it's Tuesday, and I feel like it should be Friday, and I'm wanting the weekend to come so I can hang out and do nothing again.
I'm all about that, man. I like a weekend with nothing. Weekend before last was like the ultimate nothing, at least on that Saturday, because there was boxing on. It was the heavyweight championship. It was Joshua versus Usyk, and that started at 2 in the afternoon because it was from England, and it was 5 hours up. So I was cracking into one of those heavy-duty Cigar City El Catador beers by the time that thing was over, yelling at the TV. It was great. You know, nothing like being out of it by 3:30 in the afternoon. It's great.
That doesn't suck, man. That doesn't suck. Day drinking gets a better hold of me, though.
Well, it was an early start and an early end. Let me put it that way. There wasn't a whole lot going on. So,
I got to tell you, it's been a transition week for me. I don't know if you saw on Facebook. We got rid of the VooDoo truck, man. The big truck, 6-inch lift. Got rid of it. We got rid of the Ford. No longer a Ford guy. We went to the muscle. Okay. We are now driving in a Dodge Challenger, and let me tell you, man, I can't wait to take you around in that bad boy because it's got a little get up and go, man. If you know what I mean.
I bet it does. Good for you, man. You know.
So just changing up. I told Angelina, no more country. We're back to rock and roll.
There you go. I wish I didn't drive the ultimate dad boner car, the Nissan Rogue, because I've been dying to pull up next to some kid blowing out rap and just put on Manowar, just put on just this. I even have the song already queued up, The Dawn of Battle, and it just stomps right out of the gate. And I'm going to risk like permanent injury of all of my discs by headbanging, because when that thing goes, I'm just going to be just jackhammering it and scaring these children. I can't wait. Hopefully there's a day, but they're still going to look at that car and, drive away and snicker. It's going to be like poor Brad in Fast Times when he pulls up next to hot Nancy Wilson. He's giving her the eyes and she laughs at him because he's wearing the fucking, whatever it was, Captain Phillips ship. Yeah.
He's getting ready to go to the Gasparilla Kids Parade.
Yeah, that's gonna be me blasting metal in my road, getting looked at like poor Brad Hamilton.
Yeah, dude, that's too funny. But we shouldn't dog on the Gasparilla Parade because we go every year and we sit there and we eat the chicken and yellow rice, the Cubanitos, and watch the fireworks with the best of them. Oh man! Hey, I wanted to talk about this bill that's being put through Congress. It's all satire and it's humorous. They wanted talking about if you have 3 kids, you got to get a vasectomy. If you hit 40, you got to get a vasectomy. $10,000 reward for anybody reporting somebody in violation. It's actually pretty damn funny. We got to snip this before it gets out of hand some of the terminology and language in there is actually pretty funny. But is that what I want my congressperson doing? Is that what I want to spend my money on? I mean, that's why we go to the movies, isn't it?
Listen, almost every politician has a screw loose somewhere. So, I'm not surprised. Yeah, I've never been
eligible.
I would be okay with it. I mean, some people just shouldn't reproduce. A colleague of mine the other day, she said, you got somebody with 0 brain cells. It don't matter who they have a kid with. Anything times 0 is 0. I thought
that's a true statement. We need to focus on them folks, rather than. I just thought it was funny, but it goes back to that's not what I want to spend my money on. Let's fix some of the serious shit and get things done so we can move forward and come back as one here in the U.S. and that's bottom line.
Yes.
But I want to jump right in because you sent me a laundry list of items for Big Eddie C's weekly pop-up, and I want to make sure we hit that before we talk about all the VooDoo dates because you got some stuff that I was checking out this week, and normally, you say your stuff's just way over my head. So, what do we got on the lineup today for Big Eddie C's weekly pop-up?
Well, we got to keep it. Like I say, it's got to stick to the positive things, food and sports and music and movies. So I think I've kind of done that in some order. We got to mention right out of the gate, sports, man. It's happening right here. Bucks pulled out a close one, winning 3-1. The Rays got their 100th win Saturday. I don't know when they play. They play whoever wins the game tonight, the play-in between the Yankees and the Red Sox. Honestly, nobody gives a shit because the Rays should stomp a mud hole in them anyway. Lightning are in preseason. Tonight starts the baseball playoffs because it's what's called the play-in games. The 2 wild card teams play, and only one of them gets to go on, and then they play the Rays, who have the best record in the American League.
That's how much I know about baseball. I didn't even know we had the best record.
I barely know that. Yeah, they had the best record in the American League. They did not have the best one in baseball. I believe the Giants and the Dodgers had 104 and 103 wins in the National League, and they're in the same division. So that's pretty funny that team with the second best record in baseball is still a wild card. But, funky shit like that happens. What can you say? Lightning are about ready to start back up. They play preseason right now. So they'll be going, for, I guess, what would be almost unprecedented in our era, which would be a 3rd Stanley Cup. It's going to be tough. They lost a lot of guys because Seattle was an expansion team that starts up this year. And so when those teams expand in hockey, they get to choose. There's a pool of players. Every team has to leave some unprotected. And they took one of our best guys. I can't remember who the hell it was offhand, but it is what it is. All things have to move forward and change, and that's what they're doing. I'm confident they're just going to find the next man up and keep kicking ass. They're that good.
So you think the Lightning could three-peat?
Sure.
You think the Rays have a chance to win?
They do.
And what about our Buccaneers?
Right now they're winning games. They're like the opposite of the way the Bucs used to. The Bucs used to play all right and still lose, and the Bucs really haven't played that well this year in any of their games, and they still won 3 of the 4. They've got some injuries right now. They're a little busted up in the secondary, but hopefully the goal is for them to be healthy as the playoffs come closer. You don't want to peak early and then fall off into the toilet at the end. You want to play your best, of course, but if you can hold a couple cards out of that deck, that's how it's got to be. That's what you want to do. You want to go into the playoffs with people reasonably healthy, because nobody's totally healthy after 16 games, but to where everybody's ready to go every week, and you don't have guys that are out for good. So
I watch that stuff just to brain drain. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
But the whole Richard Sherman thing coming in intrigued me. Just he was a big time player, and he's with us. Did he perform?
He did okay considering
First game, like 2 practices.
He had 2 or 3 practices. I mean, he went from on the street to starting in 5 days, and he got forced into duty. And I got to tell you, they picked on him a little bit, but he also broke up a couple things, because eventually it's like, you keep dipping your bucket in the well. Eventually, you're going to come up with no water, and that's what happened. Is the Patriots finally just ran out of gas, and they missed a field goal at the end. Not entirely unsurprising because it was raining like shit. And their kicker used to be a Buck, Nick Folk. So when that thing went doink off the upright, I was just kind of like, this is such a fucking Bucks ending, other than the fact that we were actually on the winning side of it.
Yeah, exactly. I was going to say, I don't think we won that game. I definitely think they lost that game. But now that you're telling us that their kicker is Nick Foles, actually we lost the game.
Nick Folk. Nick Foles, that was a guy who's a quarterback. I don't even know where the hell Nick Foles is now, to be honest with you. Shit.
Well, whoever the kicker was, he was a Buck. So
yeah,
we did lose the game ultimately.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah, we lost it for our win's sake this time. If that Willy Wonka way made any sense whatsoever.
Yeah, it is. That was some Augustus Gloop kind of shit almost.
Absolutely. You had a couple more tags on there. One that took me by surprise, and then one that I was very interested in. So you had a couple more tags on your weekly pop-up. Some local stuff here going on. Talk about that big move taking place.
So Angry Chair Brewing is going to be moving, I guess, in a couple months. I believe their social media said January. And they're going to move into the old brew bus space about 2 miles south on Florida, just off the intersection of Florida and I believe MLK or
MLK.
Yeah, it's where we were there at Brew Bus. We did a wing thing
there, right?
Yeah, so it's an opportunity for them because they've long since outgrown where they're at, and they'll be able to do. They don't have to store their barrels off-site anymore, and I believe they also acquire a kitchen. So
right.
It's an opportunity for them to take it to the next level, and I'm really happy for them because that's some world-renowned shit right there, man. I did Hunapoo the last time we actually had it, which was in 2019, and they were, I think, 3 booths down from where I was at. And I remember when the gates opened, all these people, the beer dorks just came flooding over there, and there was a line 100 people deep right at the start, and the guys I were pouring for, they were out of Atlanta. They're like, "Are they that good?" I said, "Yeah, they're pretty good." Now, if you ask the guy who's the owner, they're like, "I don't see it," but they're just humble like that. And
right
at that point, they were like, "Do you think they'll run out?" I said, "No later than 1:30. It started at 11, goes till 3. They will be done by no later than 1:30." And sure enough, I looked over there at 1:20. They were gone.
Now, where's Brew Bus moving to?
So when they moved into that spot, they absorbed what was called Florida Avenue Brewing.
Correct.
And they've moved up into Wesley Chapel. They bought a big space there that had been vacant, and they don't have a location right now here in Hillsborough County. My understanding is they're looking somewhere near the old one to perhaps reopen. I don't know. There was something about like ownership and lease going on there, and something fell through, but they had already planned to build that second one to base out of. And I have not been there. Our friend William Workman, professional educator of an A school, he has been there, said it's great. It's a big, huge space. I hear
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's a big, beautiful hangout, and they're starting to get some up that way in Pasco, Wesley Chapel. So, it was like it worked for everybody. And,
Now,
and
just
actually, this is even better, is the old Angry Chair space is going to be a satellite brewery or tap room for another really good brewery in the state, Ology Brewing out of Tallahassee. So,
really?
yeah, so everybody, moving here, Brew Bus goes into Wesley Chapel, Angry Chair goes where Brew Bus was, Ology's going into where Angry Chair was. And Ology is some really good shit. I had them at Hunapoo also, and I think you can get them. I think they're in distro here now. They brew really solid beer.
Now let's talk real quick about Florida Ave. Does Brewbus still have those rights, or is that staying at the building and Angry Chair picks it up?
No, the whole Brewbus really, it was never, Brewbus was a side thing anyway, where people would hop up on it and go around to the different breweries. Now, Angry Chair, I'm sorry, not Angry Chair. When Brewbus opened, they absorbed the Florida Avenue brand from who used to be there and expanded it. But no, that whole brand and trademark and line of beers went with them.
Super cool. So owner of Brewbus, Chamberlain High School alum, where we taught for many, many years. Just a great guy. And if you get a chance, you're out in Wesley Chapel. I believe it's the old sport complex out there that they took over.
It's
and just converted it. It's right on 54. Get out there, check them out. If you still go to current Angry Chair, right?
Haven't been in a while, but yeah, I used to go there, try to make it there.
But the current location's still open, correct?
Still open. I guess they're probably doing a slow move because I don't know if they inherited any of the brewing equipment, but that's a pain in the ass, whether you're moving it from one place or the other or getting it new. You know how that stuff is. There's a lot of plumbing, a lot of everything involved in that, man. It's got to be just right.
Well, Angry Chair, I know you dig on them. I know you've stopped in there, picked up some beer a couple times before you came here, and brought some growlers over.
Oh yeah.
So good job for them and the growth they're having, and then very cool to have Ology come down. I'm excited for that. I'm not really a beer guy, but just to see the Tampa market growing and expanding, that's super cool. Yeah,
this is a big destination for people that are into beer. I mean, just the whole area of Tampa and then St. Pete, Clearwater, really Dunedin, which is the big one in the area. I mean, there's like 7 breweries you can walk to there. Not that I would want to. I think there's 5 that are really, really close and then 2 that are maybe a little jaunt from them. But I know a guy who used to be a brewer out there at Dunedin House of Beer, and he said, yeah, it's a thing for us who are the brewers to hit all of them. It's the walk of shame, man. You'll have one in each one. By the time you get to that last one, it doesn't matter what you had. You're going to be like,
I would be like that after one stop, man. Can't do that beer stuff.
And even if you stick to the light stuff, you have 5, you're going to be, making faces.
2,
huh?
2 and done. And dude, the last one's the best one, man. It's like we're reliving childhood. Give it up, man.
New Guns N' Roses song was released this week. It was I guess they said it was a redo, or it was a re-recording and a touch-up of the song that they did for the Chinese Democracy sessions, but it was re-recorded with the current band. I think it's called Hard School. Wasn't a huge fan, but maybe it's one of those ones. It's a grower. I hear them, and I think I'm still hoping for anything from like Paradise City to Estranged, and this is a little bit more modern. But it's like I'm glad they're still out there doing something. I think they're just throwing these things out there as feelers to let people know, hey, we are working on stuff. So I'm kind of hoping they put something out like out of nowhere and it just knocks the shit out of you. Iron Maiden.
That was going to be my next question. Are they planning on putting something out? Is it coming down the pipe?
All they've said is a very cryptic, we're working on new material. That could mean a whole lot of shit. It could mean we're sitting in the fucking studio, playing the football game we used to play at the lunch table where you fold up that triangle and the other guy, So I suspect they are, because their tour, what little they had left is done now. So it's like, all right, what do you go and do? I mean, get back in there, record something. Somebody's got to kick Axl in the fucking ass, because Chinese democracy was like, what, 15 years in the making? It was some.
Now, you read all of the pages, man.
Sometimes.
Are they saying these guys get along, or I thought when they first started, Slash and Axl were like, this is my dressing room, this is your dressing room, this is a business deal. I mean, what's the story on that?
It sounds to me like they do all get along. I don't know what the official situation is. Like, are Slash and Duff back in the band as members, or are they like, 10 grand a night guys like Joe Walsh and Timothy B. Schmidt were when they signed back up for the Eagles?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if they're 10 grand a night guys, they're getting ripped off, because I think Tommy Thayer gets 40 grand a night to play in Kiss.
That sounds about right. I would take that. I don't give a shit if I'm a member or not. Just, it's going to be
$100 a night to be doing what they're doing.
Oh yeah, I'd be just like, what's his name in Goodfellas? Fuck you, pay me. So that it doesn't matter. My guess is they got old. They saw the brand waning in popularity. You get old. Nobody's on drugs anymore. They're too old to fight. Money wise, everybody's set. It's like, guys, let's bury the fucking hatchet and not meet in each other's skulls, a la Jason Voorhees. Let's go out the right way, because too many bands went out the wrong way, and then everybody goes, fuck, those assholes couldn't get it together. Like, what was so bad?
Nah, there's so many guys. This guy's not playing with him. That guy's not playing with him. Is it really Guns N' Roses? Is it really all the original guys? Who really were the players in the game? Who knows?
Yeah, there's always more. I mean, it's always about either money or power behind the scenes. So,
hey, as long as Stephen Pearcy and Vince Neil are out there doing what they're doing, I'm a rock star. I'm good, man, because I hear they're doing amazing things. Just saying. They're
still out there. That's right.
Not really.
Well, no, Vince is trying to get himself in shape. He's just kind of fucking around because they've postponed those dates with Def Leppard and Poison another year. So,
yeah, I don't even want to talk about that. Man.
By the time they get to it, I mean, they're going to be gimping around like I was the last couple of days with the walker going.
Well, that's your fault, man. You shouldn't be trying to put shit in the oven.
I bent over and twisted, man. You can only do one thing at a time.
Because it's bend and snap, not bend and twist.
Oh, I bent and I snapped all right.
Blonde.
I bent and I snapped all right. I bent over and my back snapped.
Oh, Big Eddie C, man. I love hearing your take on what's going on around the week, man. And I just love it, because we all know I don't read the newspaper. I don't watch the news. I get my gossip from the chatter going on around the water cooler. So absolutely love it, man. We do got to push through, guys. If you're checking in, make sure you're letting us know where you're checking in from, what you got going on. We do got to talk about all things VooDoo. VooDoo Chef sauces and seasonings, the official sauce and seasoning of Tampa's Gasparilla. All we do is to raise money for the VooDoo Chef Foundation to help send kids to school. So make sure you check them out. You can log on to VooDooChef.com, find all the haps that are VooDoo Chef sauces and seasonings. Next week, we're going to reveal a brand new label release. We have some new labels coming out. If you're checking the product and you're cognizant, you're paying attention, you're like, hey, this isn't the shit I used to get. You're exactly right. Everything's in a bigger bottle. Everything's got a brand new label, but inside it's all the same. Make sure you pick up some, taste that magic, definitely worship the flavor. And remember, everything we do, a portion from the sauces and seasonings, go back to support the VooDoo Chef Foundation. We got a lot of cool dates coming up. First one we want to talk about is November 6th. Yeah. November 6th, we have the VooDoo Chef Golf Classic, Charity Golf Classic. Everything, all 100% of the proceeds support the VooDoo Chef charity. This year, we're committed to $50,000 in scholarship. It's going to be more, but with all the COVID shit, we got to play nice and, low expectations, deliver high. But $50,000, that's not really a low expectation, guys. We're going to kick ass and take names. VooDoo Chef High School Recipe Competition right around the corner. We've got VooDoo Underground coming up. We've got we're bringing back the Naomi Tidwell Scholarship with COVID. We had to back off on that. That's coming up. And then something brand new this year. We're doing a Veterans Day give back, and we'll get more to that in a minute. Check our calendars. Go onto the Facebook pages at VooDoo Chef 13 on all social media, and you will be able to check out all that information. And I think I blew right through that, Big Eddie. See, blew right through that because I want to get all that out of the way. Don't forget tomorrow, halfway hangout. How can I forget? My favorite day of the week. Tomorrow's a halfway hangout, and last week we did it with IFA. We did it with with Matt. Matthew. He's now Mayo. So we did it with IFA. We did it with Mayo, and it was a great day. We went a little long. Tomorrow we're going back to the solo. We're going to be doing some super yummy fat food, and I don't know all of you who have heard Sam talk about the amazing chicken tenders that we do. Tomorrow we're going to show you how we make them. So if you want to log in right here on these channels at VooDoo Chef 13, at Erik Youngs, and on our YouTube channel where we're streaming live, all 3 channels. Don't forget, drop your comments in the comment bar. And let's get ready to rock and roll. John, John Kummel puts great goal of $50,000, and I hope I say that right. Kummel. Either way, it sounds fucking gross. Still love you though. But great goal of $50,000. Just so you know, John, I want to let you know we normally commit to $100,000 every year. COVID has just put a little damper on what we're doing. And thanks for checking in, everybody out there. Make sure you check in, get your comments going, because we're getting right now to bring in this week's guest. I'm super excited because this gentleman is just an amazing, I don't want to say up and comer because he's kind of a been there, done that. He's kicking ass and taking names. And I'm super stoked because he's digging the VooDoo brand. And when I say he's digging the VooDoo brand, we know that because Chef Cole McBride competed in the VooDoo food fight and took home some trophies, man. Cole, what's going on, brother?
What's up, man? Nothing. Just another night here at the Rabbit doing trivia. So,
All right.
Doing trivia at the Rabbit. Isn't that a Jefferson Starship song, Ed?
No, that was White Rabbit. I'm
Thanks,
pretty
Ed.
sure the Jefferson Airplane wasn't capable of answering
And
2
you're
plus 2 with the drugs they were known to do back then.
right. It was Airplane, not Starship. And if
That's
they were
right.
drinking down at the Fat Rabbit doing trivia, I think they might have pulled out that song. So tell us about trivia night, because I might have to bring down Big Eddie C and just clean house.
Uh-oh.
yeah. So it starts at 7 o'clock, goes to about 9. Typically, we have anywhere from 11 to 25 teams here. Depends on the night. We have certain teams that come every other week and all that, but it's always great turnout. I mean, still got a packed house right now, so I've been trying to find a good spot to go to because it's loud as hell in here right now.
Nah, that's rock and roll, man. That just means it's happening. So Cole, you sent me an email or a text. I don't even remember. Maybe it was Messenger. I suck at all that shit. And you're like, yo, dude, I want to be in the VooDoo food fight. And
Yes.
I'm like, Abso, let's do it. Who the fuck are you? Educate us, man. I mean, because that was my intro to you. And I'm like, fuck yeah. So tell us, man, where'd you come from? Tell me your background. Tell me everything I need to know about you.
Yeah, so-
through the ranks.
So yeah, for me to get in the VooDoo Bash, I actually seen King of the Coop posted saying they were going to be in it, and I've been wanting to get the Rabbits involved in stuff like that, events and charity work and all that. So that's why I was like, all right, let me email them, see if I can still get in, because I knew it was only a couple weeks away. And that's why, like, when you talked to me and all that, I told you I was going to bring it, and which I did. I mean, I took home at least something. I took home the best use of bacon, and I mean, we got it right here and all that. So we're about to get that framed up.
When you say best use of bacon, that is one of the 5 food groups.
Exactly. I had everything. I had the bacon, bourbon, whiskey. I mean, it just had everything in it, and just it went great. I mean, we had people that worked for you that were just coming up saying we had to try this burger. Like I think I probably give out more burgers to your employees than I actually did to actually people because they were all just going over there trying it.
You know, Carl Miller said that bacon was the bomb, and if you got that trophy, there's no doubt it was the bomb because, like I said, it is one of the 5 food groups, so that was a pretty critically judged category right there.
Yeah.
So, dude, give me your background. Are you a School of Hard Knocks guy? Are you a culinary school guy? Give me the skinny.
Nah, so I mean, growing up, my parents always like when they made dinner, they had what they laid out. That's all we had in the house. If I wanted something, they like make yourself a peanut butter jelly sandwich. But like at times, like my mom and my dad when they were at work, and it was just me and my granny at the house. We started grabbing cookbooks, started going through it, learning how to cook from there. So I learned a strong Southern background from my mom and my grandmother. Then my dad, he's the Northern from up there in Michigan. So he had like the whole smoking meats and cooking meats and all that process down. So I've learned from that. No culinary school. I got my first start with like as a chef for Chichio Cali for CRG. I was there for 4 to 5 years. Then one of my friends introduced me to John and Sean, the owners of the Fat Rabbit. Saying, look, he has great wings and all that stuff. And they came over to my house. I did a little sampling for them. They loved it. They wanted me to create their menu and all that. So, I mean, that's pretty much where it came from. I mean, self-taught. Like when I want to learn something new, I just get on the internet and learn.
So you went straight from Chichio Cali, Top Dog.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Now, which Chichio did you work at?
The one in Tampa Palms.
Very cool. Chris Kowalik. Do you know Chris?
What's up?
Do you know Chris Kowalik?
No, I don't.
No, he's.
No, I mean I've been gone from CRG since 2016.
So you've been doing the rabbit for quite a while. You talk about your wings. John wants to know how hot are your wings?
Well, that's funny. John Cummel, that's actually one of the owners right there. He knows how hot my wings are.
Look at him. Look at him pushing buttons there. John, what's going on, man?
So we actually do.
Make sure you hold on to him.
All right.
No, I was telling John he's got a rock star in you, brother. He better hold on to you.
So how hot are these wings? Are they like?
All right, so we actually do a hot wing Wednesday here. So we have our standard 8 hot sauces that we have here. We have 2 dry rubs. Then on Wednesday, I make 3 extra wing sauces, and I grow all these peppers at my house in my garden. So it's anywhere from Carolina Reaper to Black Mambas to Trinidad Scorpion peppers. I have a list of hot peppers, and I got some new ones going in my greenhouse right now. So when it goes hot, it goes hot. The hottest I've gone is about 4 million Scoville units.
Fuck.
So who the fuck comes in and eats that?
It's very far and few in between, but I mean, also like not every Wednesday I go really hot. Like I'll do a mix of balance of flavors and all that. But like I got one right now that's fermenting. It is a smoked bourbon barbecue pumpkin.
Oh, you lost me right there.
So
it's so close, so close. I gotta have it without the pumpkin. I'm allergic.
Oh.
So, but I'm playing around with a bunch of sauces because at the end of the year or end of this month, I'm going to do like a fall festivities of hot wings. I'm going to do the pumpkin one again. I'm going to do a habanero blackberry barbecue sauce. Play around with some other fall flavors and all that. So, just trying to mix in like different months of like what's really going on this month. What can I really like put into that's going to bring people in? Because I mean, obviously Oktoberfest, pumpkins, and all that stuff. So
that's pretty cool that you're taking, you know, what the local chefs would do, where they bring in the seasonal ingredients, or you know those high end chefs, you know, where they're like seasonally, you know, all that bullshit, and you're bringing it to the bar food, man. That's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, thank you.
That's pretty cool. So what's the number one seller at Fat Rabbit? If I'm coming down,
definitely the wings. The wings are the number one seller. It draws people here. In 2020, we took home best wings for Best of the Bay.
Oh,
Very cool.
So we're definitely known for our wings here. All the wing sauces are made in-house. Everything's from scratch, nothing from bottles or jugs or anything like that. It's made in-house daily.
How many different flavors do we have?
I have 8, and I have
what's-
2 dry rubs. So
what's the
I have, what's up? Yeah, so I got the standard buffalo. Then I have a garlic parmesan, a buffalo garlic ranch, honey garlic. I have a Daytona with it's more of a name. It's a sweet and spicy barbecue that we char on the grill. I have the Hellfire for the people who like hot.
Ugh.
Then I have a Nashville.
Eddie C, I'm feeling some hellfire. What do you think?
No, listen, man. That ship has sailed and sunk. I used to be able to eat the hottest stuff.
All right, so the Hellfire, on the scale to like 1 to 10 for hot, I say it's like a 6.5, 7. It's made with a pound of habaneros with fresh roasted Roma tomatoes and packed with shallots, ginger, garlic. There's a nice flavor to it, but I mean, you have the heat from habaneros, but it's nothing that's gonna make you sweat.
Says the guy that serves 4 million Scoville sauce.
That sauce was actually called Scotty Too Hottie.
Well, anybody
Does it do the worm when it comes out to not that I watch WWE.
No. We actually have a part on the menu that says if you like really hot, the chef will, if he's in-house, he'll make you a specialty wing sauce on the spot. And I'll keep peppers here and stuff like that and make something on the fly for somebody. We've had a few challengers and not a lot of them finished them.
It's damn 10
So your
hot.
boss says it's a damn 10 hot.
Yeah, it's got to be arbitrary. Man. When you start
6.5, it's a 10. Your boss says it, man.
You get to habaneros, that's going to blow most people out of there, man. I mean, Carolina Reaper, when I had a little bit, it was one of the
And it's crazy. Like my kids are 6 and 3, and my oldest, he's with me. Like when we do work in the garden, like he's out there, he's picking peppers with me. Like he knows which ones not to touch. I don't let him touch a Reaper, the Trinidad Scorpions, the Black Mamba. I don't let him touch those. But like all the other ones, like the white habaneros I have, just the orange habaneros, like he'll go over there and pick them. He even took a bite out of one when he was like 2 years old. He even phased him.
Ooh.
I looked at him like, really? He's like, yeah, I'm good. Kept playing. I was like, you are my kid.
Habaneros are fantastic with an IPA. If you can let it sit for about a half hour or so, it's fantastic. But the Reapers, I had it at that one thing that Erik did a few years back at Lakeland. Guy in that area grows hot peppers. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try a little tiny bit of Carolina Reaper. I got to tell you, it wasn't hot. It bypasses heat. It just numbs you. It's like the dentist worked on your teeth, but he fucked up and stuck the needle in your lips. So and he actually said they really aren't my thing because the Carolina Reapers themselves don't have flavor. And he mentioned a few different ones that have a lot of heat but a lot of flavor. And I can't remember what they were. They were, peach this or that, or they've been crossed with those. But the one that always intrigued me is called the 7-Pot Primo. I'm guessing you've heard of that one.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of things I do with my sauces is I want flavor to be in there.
Yeah.
I want flavor to be there, and the heat's going to be on the back end. It's good. When I use a Reaper and all that, yes, it's going to be hot, but you have flavor there. And like a lot of people, when they have them, once they take that bite, they say, oh, this is really good. Then all of a sudden, like, they're into their second one and they're heating up. I'm like, the more you eat of them, the hotter they get. And that's what I want. I don't want somebody to take that and all of a sudden just instantly just start pouring sweat.
Well, that's
I mean, it's just not, it's not fun.
And it's not how it should work. That's a donkey, man. You need to be the driver, and you're making it the right way if it's coming from the back end. And that's what I want to do, dude. I got to get down there and I got to get down and start eating your stuff, man. Where are you located? Let everybody know how they can come down and try Fat Rabbit food.
All right, so we're right off of Bruce B Downs in Tampa Palms. We're in the public shopping center next to Uptown Keepsake and Dry Cleaners. Pretty much you pull in, if you just keep going straight instead of turning into Publix, we're right there. You can't miss our sign. We got a big Fat Rabbit pub sign right outside. We have outside patio, and especially with the weather cooling off, we're getting a lot of use out there right now.
Super cool. What's your favorite? Don't tell me wings. What's your favorite thing to make? Tell me some of the other specialty dishes at the pub.
Like outside the Rabbit or here at the Rabbit?
Nah, at the Rabbit. Tell me some of the specialty dishes down there. If someone wants to come down, you got the best wings. What else are we eating down there?
I love the real McCoy burger. It's Texas toast, fried egg, double bacon, caramelized onions, American Swiss cheese with a smoked barbecue aioli. It actually came from Gerald McCoy, the guy who used to play for the Bucks. He used to be a regular in here before he got traded out and all that. I asked him one day, I was like, "Hey, what's your burger? What?" Because we used to do a burger of the month. I was like, "What's your favorite burger?" He's like, "That's what he said he liked." So we ran it for a month. I think we ended up selling about 400 of them. So he's like, "Fuck it, let's put it on the menu," and it's been there since. And it's been a staple.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of the other ones? So you
The
got
other ones is the new ones actually just started. And they've been selling crazy. We just added rice bowls onto the menus. We got 4 different styles. We do a buffalo one, a short rib one, a vegan one, and we do a chicken tortilla one, which has been one of the biggest favorite because I make an enchilada sauce. And I do sauteed veggies with corn, blackened chicken, and topped with torch strips. It's been selling like crazy here. But I mean, outside of that, we're also known for our pretzels here. We have big 10-ounce pretzels that we serve. Then we introduce pretzel sticks with IPA marinated bratwurst. So those are like just big family style meals there where people can come in, like get a 10-ounce pretzel and you can share it with 6 people. Or you can go with a pretzel and protein that has 2 8-ounce brats plus 3 pretzel sticks that's cut up on the plate and where you can share it out.
God, that's awesome.
Now, Cole, I've got a picture here of some of your food, and we're gonna try to get this up on the screen. I can't. I'm not wearing my glasses, so you got to bear with me here. Oh man. All right, let's see here. Can you describe what we're looking at right now?
Don't see anything.
Besides
You
my
don't see
face.
the picture?
Nothing up on the screen yet, man.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Don't you love? I got to get with my production team and get this fixed. All right, can we see the screen now?
Yep.
Oh
Yes.
shit!
Um,
I can't. There we go. This is what I.
there we go.
Tell me what we're looking at.
All right, that's the Irishman burger that I took out to the VooDoo Bash. New item that we just introduced on the menu. So you have a short rib brisket blend patty burger with a Guinness caramelized onions, baby arugula tomatoes with a Jameson whiskey bacon jam served on a brioche bun. That's those have been hot this week too since we introduced them on Tuesday. I mean, there's so much. Yeah, there's so much process that goes in that burger, but it's worth it though. I mean, between the jam, the Guinness caramelized onions, I mean,
I gotta tell you,
it's crazy how much we sell of it.
The jam on this burger here was just so damn good, and that is what created the. If I all knew what I was doing here. That's what put you over the top to win that best use of bacon, which was just absolutely incredible. And you're right, that is the VooDoo Bash burger, and that's what gave you that best use of bacon category win. And just looking at it in that picture, man, the amount of bacon on there, I just want to get a spoon and eat it like cereal, dude.
Yeah, we have a lot of people here that get their. We do a adult grilled cheese here. They'll sub out the bacon for the bacon jam. They're like, I want the bacon jam on it, and we'll do it and all that. It's just one of those items. When I tried it out the first time, because we had an Irish burger on the menu that we did with corned beef, wasn't really a big seller and stuff like that. So I went out there to VooDoo Bash. It was a tryout for a new burger. Went great. I mean, obviously taking home best use of bacon. Now it's on the menu. I think last week we sold, I think anywhere from 25 to 40 last week, and we introduced it on Tuesday.
Yeah, we got to get up to that 400 mark and beat out Jared.
We will. Oh, trust me. I mean, I think I made a brand new batch of the bacon jam today because typically I like to make it and let it marinate for about 4 days, just sitting before I even use it, just so all that flavor can soak into it.
Oh, dude, I don't like to go out of my little circle here. I got VooDoo Studios, I don't go past downtown and you know, New Tampa. It's like you think of going out there. It's like, shit, that's far. You're making me want to come out there, homie. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're making me want to take the drive.
Make it out here. We'll take care of dinner for you and all that when you come out. Try a bunch of things. I mean, you already posted before about it. Like, I started using some of your products. I got the Creole seasoning. I got the Black Magic. I've been using it on the pork, which I'm going to have to reorder because we're almost out. So,
well, you know, if you hold off a week, you might get to see some new artwork on the outside of that stuff. So, yeah, maybe Big Eddie C and I come out and do a live broadcast from there, and you know, do some sampling. You know, I'll taste the food. Eddie C can eat the hot wings and die, and make it a day. Oh
yeah, definitely. We can definitely play something. I've been we just did a event last week with Cavalier and Town Branch, and I'm just looking to start to get more involved in like doing charity work. Like I'm working with you on November 5th for the Coast Guard. Where I'm trying to get all the beer reps, my food reps, and all that get involved because we're trying to do a Toys for Tot thing in December, like a big charity event here. Then like if somebody brings a toy, we're gonna give them a basket of tots. Then I think we're planning on trying to do like a wing competition involved in it. Like I'm gonna make some wings and stuff like that. So I mean, just trying to get more involved with the county and all that charity events. Just, I mean, it's always great to do work for a charity. So,
well, we're excited, and you know, I'm so glad you sent me that email because you do have that true spirit and that heart of give back, and that's kind of what the entire VooDoo brand is about. And you mentioned November 5th, and I kind of touched on it real quick before we brought you on, that we're working on a Veterans Day give back. And dude, I got to tell you, this is going to be super, super badass. So we got, 4 groups going out, and we're going to go take over the Coast Guard base in St. Pete. And we're not just going to do a little give back and throw some food at these guys. We're getting on back of the Coast Guard cutter, and we're going to be serving on the back deck of this thing to about 150 coasties, just saying thank you for what you do. And, you know, if you have military folk in your life, or if you don't, hunt them out, find them, and Veterans Day is right around the corner, December 11th. Do something to show your appreciation for what they're doing for us, because, you know, they're out there doing what they do so that we can sit here and do shit like this. And, you know, without them, it probably wouldn't be the same. So I appreciate you helping the foundation show the love to some of our servicemen and women. So thank you for that.
Oh yeah, no problem. Like, it's my pleasure.
Do you work at Chick-fil-A?
What's up?
You work at Chick-fil-A?
Nope.
You threw me. It's my pleasure. I was like, I thought I was playing my wife and daughter's dinner again, dude.
Nah, my first starting job was out at Burger King when I was 16.
I may or may not have done a 2-week stint at Arby's that I deny to this day. Oh. Yeah, but we won't get into that bullshit. So can we talk about November 5th? Can we throw some maybe tidbits out there? Because, you know, we've got coasties that check this out from we got coasties in Hawaii and Atlanta that follow VooDoo, and let's make them jealous. Do you have any thoughts on what kind of tasting you might be doing for the coasties that day? Have you thought about it?
I mean, I've thought about some. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to be doing our Phillies that we do here. Nice little portobello mushroom, good ribeye shaved steak. I'm going to do a nice little provolone cheese salsa. And I'm also thinking about taking our baked wings that we do, because, I mean, we do a killer baked wing here where I make my own marinated buffalo sauce, marinate for a day, then grill them off.
Dude, so. You need. I'm not asking you any more questions about food.
This is what I'm here for. I mean, this is what I love to do. I love, like, because this was my first. This is my first place where I was able to create a menu and have my ownership over the kitchen, like have the say of what I serve, like how I do it and all that stuff. And like, I definitely appreciate the owners that we've had, John and Sean. They've been great with me. They have worked, like, just let me do what I do. and it's stuck. And I mean, we're going on 5 years. I mean, a small business. We made it through COVID when a lot of places shut down. I mean, has a lot to show to what the owners have did for us, and also like the community around us. I mean, they rallied, they came in, bought gift cards and all that, and they stuck with us. And like, we've built a great following, and it starts from the top. It starts from the owners, then it goes to me, then it goes to the staff, then obviously the community and all that. Like, we've built a nice little nest egg here. So,
I was going to say the community support that you're talking about is a testament to your support of the community and what you're delivering to them.
Yeah.
So, my hat's off to you. And I really am going to make you stop talking about food, because you're making me want freaking food. You're making me want Fat Rabbit food. You're making me want cold McBride food. And we're definitely going to set up a day where Big Eddie C and I can come out there, as long as I get to come in the kitchen and play for a little while too.
Oh yeah, definitely. We can set up the day. Just come out there. I mean, you can even come on a day where I do the Hot Wing Wednesday and just see the process I go through with making all the wing sauces and all that.
Oh snap!
Nice.
Maybe, but Big Eddie C, that means you and I could win trivia, and by that I mean you could win trivia.
I don't think you want me on trivia. I mean, when it comes to food and all that, I'll be able to answer great. But when it comes to outside that,
if Big Eddie C's on the team, we win. That's just understand that.
It's a lot of pressure, man.
As long as there's no physical education questions.
No thanks.
All right, man. We got to stop talking about food, because you're going to make me go inside and eat again. And I had a Philly tonight. I made a Philly for dinner. And it's
nice.
like, I forgot to buy the mushrooms. So when you said you put portobello mushrooms in yours, I was like, just rub it in, man. Rub it the fuck in.
Yeah, I take my because I get these big 3 to 4 inch portobello mushrooms. I marinate them in balsamic oil, a little salt, pepper, and just cook them off. Then when we get the Phillies, we cut them up, just cook them as they go. And that's one of the testaments that we have here is like, we do everything to order. There's nothing that we hot hold. Everything, like a burger comes in, we throw it down. Philly comes in, we cook it straight then. It's like nothing's like prepared ahead of time.
All right, I gotta ask you 2 serious questions, and I'm just gonna listen for the answer. I'm not gonna comment, no body language, no anything. Do you make your own ranch dressing?
Yes.
Do you make your own blue cheese dressing?
Unfortunately, no.
We're gonna fix that, because
I mean, I can make my own blue cheese, but I don't know. I'm a ranch guy. Like I'm a diehard ranch guy, and people love my ranch here. We have a regular here who actually licks the ranch off the plate.
Oh.
Then I have another regular who buys bottles of it from me.
Do you have blue cheese in house?
I have blue cheese crumbles. I got buttermilk. I got mayonnaise. I have all that. I can make the blue cheese in house. I mean, I have.
Wait, as long as when I'm coming for wings, we got blue cheese. As long as when we got blue cheese, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start having some fun. Because seriously, you're talking to me about food. I already gained back all my COVID weight, and a lot of people say they gained during COVID. See, I did too, but then I got COVID, and I lost like 30 pounds, and I already blew.
Yeah, how are you doing from that?
Every day we're better. I'm on the right side of the earth, and my feet hit the ground every morning.
That's
That's
good.
what's important,
Exactly.
And that's the only thing that's important in life. That waking up to my family and doing what we do, and I appreciate you asking. That's super cool of you. I really, really appreciate that. But right now we got to do something that we do every week. Our top 3, our final 5. That's next, and man, I really need to start wearing my glasses, right? I'm just saying, man.
By the time we decide to, you're going to be wearing the Mr. Magoo motherfuckers at Burn Ants. You take them off and hold them over the sidewalk.
At least I'll be able to, refract the sun's light and cook some food, right?
There you go. That's right.
All right. This week's top 3 is top 3 snack foods. Something that has seemed to have fallen away from the cupboards in my house for some reason, and I don't know why. I'm a junk food junkie. If you've ever seen the movie Cable Guy, I feel like that's how I grew up, watching every television show, even though I had both my parents in the house. But like every single amount of junk food on the planet, Little Debbie snacks, every flavor of potato chip. If there were not Cheetos in my house, my sister would have a stroke. Soda pop, peanuts, popcorn, every single amount of junk food that we could ever want as a kid, I had it readily available. And tonight we're going to talk about our top 3 snacks. Now, I'm telling you, if one of you guys starts throwing out some vegetables and talking about carrot sticks, I'm going to drive over tonight. Exactly. So, Cole, I hope you gave this some thought, brother. I hope you gave it some serious thought because, this is serious shit. We've been working on this for 2 months, building up our – not really. Yeah. Talk about your top 3 snacks. Give us only your number 3. What's your number 3 snack?
My number 3 is definitely going to be oatmeal cookies.
Thank God
I love the double stuffed oatmeal cookies.
Thank God you said oatmeal. I thought oatmeal. Thank God you said cookie. I thought you were going to stop at oatmeal, and I was just going to have to end the podcast.
No, those are definitely my especially like since we're in a public shopping center. Like if I'm at Publix, right, just grabbing some stuff, I pass that aisle. There's like, the 2 for $5 little Debbie's, like the little Nutter Butters, the oatmeals. I was like, shit, I'm gonna end up grabbing one and eating the whole box for the day.
Pies, the little oatmeal pies.
Yeah,
dude, they only put 1 serving in a box. What's up with that?
Little Debbie.
What's up?
I eat all of them in one sitting.
That's what I typically do when I'm at work because I'll be here for a 12-hour shift. They'll be gone by the time I'm done.
Oh man, I love some oatmeal pies. God, that was the goods right there. That's the shit like you eat. Well, it's not really bad for you. It's oatmeal, right?
Yeah. So,
Big Eddie C, what's your number 3 snack there, buddy?
If we're talking just strict snacks, my number 3 probably would be Reese's peanut butter cups. I always love those things. Love a Reese's.
God, that's the goods.
Yeah,
why do you do that?
They improve everything, man. Even whatever kind of day you had makes a bad day good and a good day better, man. I don't need.
I gotta ask you guys: frozen or not frozen?
What was that?
Reese's cups in the freezer or not in the freezer?
Oh, see, I'll go fridge. I won't go freezer. But yeah, I definitely like my Reese's cold.
Yeah, I like them cold too.
Yeah,
Fridge
mine's
better
hard
because
freezer,
then I don't have to wait for it to thaw and like chip my teeth.
Now we used to drink so much coffee around this place it wasn't even funny. We haven't been drinking coffee as of late, but frozen Reese's cups with a nice fucking cup of coffee, man, that's such a win.
Wow.
That's a man. And all you guys out there watching, feel free to take notes because this is some like high-tech culinary shit here.
Mm-hmm. These are
go ahead.
My number 3 would be Cheetos. My sister's favorite snack food, but I can't stand those big Flintstone club-looking ones. I like the little itty-bitty ones. You get more cheese per surface area that way. Not that we're measuring or anything.
Yeah. You're like one of the drinks that we have here. We have a old fashioned that we use a screwball whiskey, and we top it with a Reese's cup.
I got a bottle of screwball here. I might have to try that. That would be super yummy. But Big Eddie C, what I heard in that statement there was you're driving when we go to this place.
I got you, amigo. Somebody's got to be the DD.
Well, let's drive. You can drive the Challenger that day if you want.
Oh.
But that's too funny. Everybody, if you're checking in, make sure you put your top 3 snack foods up and just list all 3 if you're watching out there. Cole, what's your number 2 go-to snack food?
I want to say my number 2 would probably be Cool Ranch Doritos. I can sit there and eat a family-sized bag in one day.
Did you ever get to try and it was very short-lived. They had the hot wings with blue cheese in one bag. So they had hot wing chip and they had a blue cheese chip, and they were all in the same bag. It was amazing.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of that. Like I tried them, but it just the flavors weren't matching correctly. I mean that's on my end.
You're a ranch guy.
Yeah,
See, I'm
so.
a blue cheese guy. Man,
I mean, I might be a ranch guy, but I know how to use blue cheese. So
I'm not picking on you. I'm just talking. But I'm a blue cheese dude, and I loved those. I love those. And yeah, that's good stuff. Cool Ranch is down on my list just a little though. Then it'll make sense in a minute. Big Eddie C, what's your number 2?
I hate to sound like a copycat for Cole, but for me it's Doritos. But my number 1 was always the taco Doritos. Cool Ranch and spicy nacho are just right there, nipping at its heels. But I loved the taco ones when I was a kid, and then they were gone for a while. And then they came back, and it was like, lover, come back to me,
Oh yeah, every now and again we see those in the stores, and we pick those up too. Super, super yummy.
And there's still some of them, you find them in the old school bag too.
You know where Doritos came from, don't you?
Somebody was trying to use stale nacho chips, I think. He's trying to repurpose.
Come on, Big Eddie C. It was one of the pointless pop culture trivia questions. Disneyland. They used it as an outsource for the stale nacho chips, and they started serving them. They took off. Yeah, yeah. My number 2, not to steal from Cole. Pretty much every little Debbie snack on the planet. Oatmeal pies, Star Crunch, Swiss rolls, but my absolute number 1, Nutty Bars. And if those Nutty Bars make their way into my house, it is like over. And I mean that in multiple ways. It's over for the Nutty Bars, and it's over for Erik, because too much sugar knocks me out worse than a bottle of Jack Daniels, and I'm gone. But I will just sit there and eat those like an addict in a needle. It's that bad. But absolutely, Little Debbie, you rock my world. Awesome stuff. They need to be praised. They need to be in some sort of Hall of Fame, some fat kid Hall of Fame or something. Fucking A. We wrote a menu for a ice cream shop out on the beach, and we put Little Debbie snacks as a garnish on every milkshake.
Oh my God.
Every single milkshake. One had Star Crunch, some had Swiss rolls, some had Nutter Bars. Absolutely, absolutely. Little Debbie, you're amazing. All right, I'll stop now. It's like a commercial. Unpaid. All right, Cole, here it is, man. The big finish. What's your number 1?
Man, it's even, I'm embarrassed to say it. Mine is actually tortilla chips with that jalapeno cheddar cheese dip. I would sit there and pop one of those cans and just eat that whole can with the chips.
Cheese?
No,
cheese?
like the tortillas, it's like the cans that's next to all like the jars of cheese sauce, but it's the one brand that's a jalapeno cheddar dip.
On the chip aisle?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Now it puts
that is one of my guilty pleasures. Like I love just sitting there, just open a bag of chips and pop that and eating it. Like once you eat that sauce up, it's fucking great.
Dude, it's your inner fat guy. It's okay. We've had some chefs on here who swear they don't get fast food. We pull up to the drive-thru with them, and they know the number of the fucking order they want. So don't be one of those pretentious guys. It's okay to be fat. It's all right.
And no shame in eating that shit, man.
Absolutely, man. I mean, so much no shame. I've got to try it now because that's not what I buy. I buy some other shit. I buy off the refrigerated aisle, so I'm gonna buy that now. Hell yeah. Yes, Big Eddie C. Oh wait, that's like crack dip, isn't it, Big Eddie C?
Similar, just without all the meat thrown in there,
Oh, Ed's wife makes some crack dip. We call it that because every time we go to his house, we like eat it all and embarrass ourselves. Oh, and when I say we, I mean me and one other guy. Second time we did it, she goes, I made double so you guys wouldn't eat it all. And we fucking had already ate it all. And we're like, God, we're fucking fat. Big Eddie C, what's your number one?
This is gonna sound really basic white dude, but just cheese. I don't give a fuck if it's a piece of American cheese. It's one of those little Baby Bells, high-end shit cut into wedges. Just cheese, man. There is no snack like cheese to me. I was reading that it actually it has the same effect on you that heroin does. It releases some of the same chemicals in your brain. Like you can legitimately get addicted to cheese, and I'm pretty sure that's me. Except I don't give a fuck about rehab for it.
Is there a cheese rehab?
I don't know, and if it is, they should be put out of business because nobody really like my poor sweet little niece. She's 12 or 13 now, and she has some allergy. I don't know what it's called. It's basically a dairy allergy, but there's a big long name for it. And when she came to visit, I said, well, you guys want pizza? We'll get you one of those ones with the vegan cheese. And she said, no, I just rather not because that stuff's terrible. And if I can't eat real cheese, I don't want that other shit.
I like her so much.
Yeah. So she tried it, but she was just like, she'd already had real cheese, but it was making her sick. And the vegan stuff, man, I don't know. I mean, God bless you if you can find a way to enjoy it, but that stuff just doesn't melt. I mean, it just kind of sits there and congeals. Like when Erik used to do his fucking burger experiment at Chamberlain, and that fucking McDonald's burger looked no different after 2 months. Oh.
Oh, that's too funny, man.
Yeah.
That's too funny. I like your niece there who's just, not gonna waver. If I can't have the real deal, I'm not eating it. It's like, why the fuck do they make decaf coffee? It shouldn't exist. What's the purpose?
Yeah, what's the point?
NA beer. Why? You're an addict or you're not? If you're an addict, don't fucking drink. NA beer should have no place in this world. It's like someone asked me last week, why did you make vegetarian black beans on your cook? I thought you hate vegetarians. I hate vegetarians. Not really. I love vegetarians. But I put pork all over my black beans. So there you go. All right, my number one go-to, everybody knows this, is nacho cheese Doritos. Nacho cheese Doritos. Oh my God, they are like the best thing on the planet.
They are beautiful.
With pico, with salsa, inside cheese sauce, make nachos out of it, put a Taco Bell taco in it. But my absolute favorite, a Dorito dipped simply in sour cream. I will eat the whole bag with no problem. Well, until I get yelled at or the bag takes away. They're not allowed in my house. I almost bought some because we were talking about this tonight so that I could have here. But I would have got, no, I can't.
You know what's surprising? None of us chose anything even remotely close to popcorn. And most people just love that shit.
I like the white cheddar popcorn, but
it's all right. We got some that's like a hot buffalo one, and I had a couple handfuls, and I was done. But the last time I really enjoyed popcorn was at the old movie theater in Ybor City, because you would get endless popcorn if you paid for the adult seats in the back. It was like $20 or whatever, but it was worth it because there were no kids and unlimited popcorn. Well, then they cheaped out. They used to have the flavor bottles to shake on them, and then they stopped, probably because people like me abused it. So we got some at the store one time. It was a bottle of, I think, Parmesan garlic. So it was a lot like ranch. And so we get the popcorn. I remember we went to see, it was a Harry Potter movie, and there was maybe only 6 people total in the theater, me and my wife, a couple other people. So I'm sitting there doing what you do with the seasoning, pouring some on, eating, pouring a little more on, eating. And I get to the bottom bag, and I'm sitting there with it, and my wife says, let me have some for mine. And when she grabs it, the thing is like almost empty. And no joke, she'll tell you this is the truth. In the middle of the theater, she just blurts out, "You ate the whole fucking thing?" People are turning around like, whatever.
I don't have to get confirmation. I know Gina.
I'm like, I guess so. So at that point, it was ruined. She's like, Jesus Christ, you're going to have a fucking heart attack in the middle of the theater. So after that, I thought the enjoyment of popcorn is done, so I never eat it anymore.
Big Eddie C, when we first started VooDoo, we were trying to figure out how we were going to get people to taste it. And we actually used popcorn as the medium. That was good. We would buy popcorn pre-done because I wasn't going to get up in the morning, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock and make popcorn to go to a market to have somebody taste my product. We would buy spray butter. We would put the popcorn into a food container or bucket. We would spray it with the butter, put the seasonings in, swirl it up and serve it. So, if you ever want to get some of that flavored popcorn, just throw the damn VooDoo on it, man. There's nothing like dirty pop. Take a bag of microwave popcorn, open it up, drop in 2 tablespoons of dirt, shake the shit out of it, and you got dirty pop. And there is nothing.
I don't think I had that. I may have had that, but I remember you did it with red.
We used to do it with red, and we'd put it's better with Magic because you get that barbecue flavor. Yeah. And we use both dirty pop and Magic pop as garnish for our shrimp and grits. Just depends on which flavor profile we're going for. Wow. It's belly and grits, we use the dirty pop. Shrimp and grits, we use the Magic pop.
Damn, I want to go home and make some popcorn now. Shit.
Oh, dude. You got Magic?
No, I got to re-up. I'm placing an order tomorrow.
So Magic it's actually being bottled. It was bottled today or being bottled tomorrow.
Okay.
And if you keep watching Facebook, you'll see the new label reveal.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, the first order I placed actually came pretty quick. I placed it, then I got it, I think, like 4 days later, 5 days later. It was actually a pretty good turnaround.
Well, I know a guy.
Say what?
I know a guy. Guy who made sure you got your order quick.
The Creole seasoning has been fucking great. Like ever since we changed over from using because I was just using Tony Cachere's Creole for our fattening shrimp, but since I changed over that, it's been a lot better. Like we're getting more of a feedback off your seasoning than we were with just having the standard Tony Cachere's.
Dude, that's awesome, man. I appreciate that. And that was unsolicited there, guys. Yeah. Well, I love doing the top 3 because it's just fun and gives us a little banter and way for people to learn more about us. But Cole, now it's time for people to learn more about you because as we get to the end of the podcast here, we got to bring out the final 5, and we've got to ask you 5 questions. They're going to help us maybe get to know Mr. Cole McBride just a little better.
All right.
And I'll tell you what, if people are tuning in and you want to ask Cole a question, just you go ahead and type it in, and we're still doing this live and you're watching it live, not on the replay. We'll go ahead and get those thrown up as well. First question, Mr. Cole McBride, what's your favorite food?
Favorite food? I'm going to say wings. Wings is definitely my favorite food. I've just grown up, just my dad and I, we always, Saturdays and Sundays, watch football and we ate wings. I mean, I'm guessing that's where passion came from, doing all the different style wing sauces and all that. I mean, that's definitely my favorite food.
Not Fat Rabbit wings, not Cole McBride wings. What's your favorite wing?
Are you talking about drum flapper or like sauce?
Well, first is your favorite place to get wing, and then drum flapper.
Damn, you're gonna put me on the spot like that. I mean, I'm gonna say my joint, obviously, the Fat Rabbit.
Not Fat Rabbit, not Cole.
Yeah, I know. Damn, I got to think about that one. But I'll go to I'm a drum guy, and I love Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah.
Buffalo. And I actually like the extra. Like they got the Frank's Red Hot, and they got the Frank's Red Hot extra. That's the one I go for.
I haven't had that one yet.
Oh, it's definitely, it's about a couple notches up from their just heat. Oh. And which I love more hot, so I mean I'll go for that one. All right, best place I get wings. I always get them when I go there, Outback.
They're not bad there.
Yeah,
actually not bad.
You got to get them extra crispy. If they don't come out extra crispy, they're not as good. But I always get them extra crisp, and they're perfect. Like I love the seasoning. I love the rub on it, and their ranch is good.
Their ranch is really good.
Yeah.
And you talked about eating wings with your dad, and that's the whole thing. It's memories and nostalgia that help solidify those foods that we associate with them. And for me, my favorite wing is a Hooter Original. I started out with the original sauce, and then I went hot. But now I do the TMI.
Oh, the 3 Mile Island.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I'm a blue cheese guy. And Hooters has a great blue cheese when they make it correctly.
Yeah.
And we say this, mayo.
I still know the recipe to the blue cheese. I was the kitchen manager of the one in Brandon from 2004 to 2009.
Yeah.
So I have the recipe for that if you want it.
Not going to say no to anything. But the whole key,
I'll shoot you an email.
The whole key to the blue cheese is you got to use heavy-duty mayonnaise. And sometimes we go to the Hooters. We always go to the same Hooters. I mean, we go to the not the original. We go to store number 2 on Hillsborough. And sometimes they just don't bring in the heavy-duty mayonnaise. And as soon as the blue cheese hits the table, I could tell. And I call the manager over, who's a buddy of mine. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? He goes, dude, we're working on it, man. I'm just like, fuck.
No, I know what that is, because when they make it in like a big ass 10-gallon trash can. It's not a trash can, but it's like a 10-gallon bucket. Yeah. They're throwing all the mayonnaise in, blue cheese crumbles, and they're taking a pitcher and pouring it in the cups. What happens is when they're doing that, a lot of these cups won't get like the blue cheese crumbles in it. So you're just getting a cup that has mayonnaise, buttermilk, and a few blue cheeses in it, like crumbles in it. You're not getting much. And it's like, it's happened. I dealt with the guy who used to make my dressings when I worked there. Like, he was the same process. So like when he made it, it's like, dude, I can't fucking serve this. It's like, there's nothing in it. Because when people do want, like, we get a lot of people like, I want my blue cheese chunky. So like the blue cheese I do bring in it's a chunky blue cheese. So
it's gotta be.
Yeah.
It's gotta be. All right, Cole, you ready? Here we go. Question number 2.
All right.
To what temperature do you cook your steak?
145.
Mid-rare?
Mid-rare. I pull it out at 135 and let it sit for 10, 15 minutes, and I eat it.
Good job.
Wow. Okay.
Good job. We banned people for their answers to that question.
Oh, you should have seen the tomahawk I made the other night.
I wish I had.
I'll show you a picture of it later.
No, I don't want a picture, dude. I want a knife and fork.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question number 3. Bourbon or beer?
Beer. I'm a tequila guy.
Okay. You could have said tequila instead of bourbon. We would have taken that.
Well, typically, like, I'll sit down, watch a game. I have a beer, and then I'll take a shot of tequila. I drink Casamigos Reposado.
That's good stuff.
Wow.
That is good stuff. What's your favorite cuss word?
Probably fuck. That comes out of my mouth a lot at work.
Yeah, I never swear, so I ask a lot of people what their favorite cuss word is, just because I'm curious. I never use profanity in my life. It is what it is.
Yeah.
All right, man. Last question, Cole. What is your death row meal?
What's up now?
What's your death row meal? You're on death row. You get your final meal. What is it?
I think I'm gonna go stay southern. My grandmother's chicken and dumplings.
Oh man, God, I hate you, man.
Yeah. Except for I gotta pass it along to my sons though, teach them how to make it, because outside my grandmother, like, she didn't even teach her daughter. She taught me how to make it, and I still take it because I lost my grandmother back in 2014, and I'm the only one who knows how to make her dumplings, her homemade biscuits, and all that. So I'm gonna carry it on and teach my sons how to do it.
We might need to see that on the menu, man.
I typically, when it gets colder, I'll run specials at work for soups, because I mean, we live in Florida. It's too damn hot to eat a soup in the summer. So during winter season, when it starts cooling down, gets down to the 70s and stuff like that, I'll start making soups. I do a lot of different soups. I mean, dumplings not a soup, but it's a nice little hearty, warm meal that people can enjoy.
Hell yeah. I'm laughing because you said in Florida, when winter rolls around and it gets down in the 70s, we can do
I mean, it's true. What, you get the 1 week out of the year that it gets down to maybe 40?
Yeah, if that.
Well, hey, you know what, man? I got to tell you, I'm super stoked. One, that you sent me the email. Two, that you took home some prize at Booty Food Fight at the VooDoo Bash. But more importantly, that we got to get together, have this conversation, learn a little bit more about you, about Fat Rabbit. And we got to let everybody know, you got to get out there and try the food. We can't just sit here and talk about it. So, I'm going to throw your information up one more time. But what I don't have are the hours. Are you open 7 days a week out there?
The only days we're closed are Mondays.
So we're closed on Monday. So Tuesday through Sunday, make sure you run out to Fat Rabbit, located 16029 Tampa Palms Boulevard in Tampa. You can look them up on their website, fatrabbitpub.com. And when you get out there, just walk in there and go, hey, where the fuck is Cole? And when they look at you and they go, what? Why you got to talk like that? Well, he said it was his favorite word. He said his favorite cuss word was fuck. So I just wanted to throw him some homage. Don't do that. Don't do that. You'll get thrown out. But get into Fat Rabbit. Make sure you try those wings, 8 different flavors. Make sure you get that burger. Get some of that bacon jam that brought home the trophy. And make sure you ask for Cole and tell him hello. Cole, man, super stoked. I am going to hit you up so we can get out there and talk about doing a live cast. We got one coming up real soon. I'm looking forward to those. It's going to be a blast.
Yes, sir.
We'll get out there and put your actual food on this live stream and let people see what it's really like if they haven't been out there yet. Hey, guys, as always, thank you so much for checking out the VooDoo Chef podcast. Cole McBride, Big Eddie C. Till next time, fellas.
Have a good one.
See ya.